Welcome to another video. As of now, I'm a Year 13 student at Old Swinford Hospital school, and that means, while I've got some seriously tough examinations to be looking forward to, it also means that my time here at OSH after 7 years is coming to an end. Hopefully, he says. That being said though, just before I leave, I want to show you a few more things while I still can. And to start with, I'm going to get changed. Just before we continue though, I'm going to explain to you what I'm wearing. Let's look back to June 2016. Back then, I was lucky enough to be selected as one of the school's about 20 prefects for the academic year. Being a prefect here at OSH, in essence, boils down to 3 things. First, it means getting this gown, this tie, and this red badge. Secondly, it also means that you are now part of a group of role models that the younger ones can look up to. And finally, it also means that you have just been automatically signed up to help out with just about every other student-related event that this school does. Now that's not a bad thing at all, because you do get good rewards for your work, and it makes a brilliant sentence on that university application of yours. Now with that speech out the way, I'm going to show you my room. First off, I'm going to talk about the standard features of the room, and then we'll talk a little bit about customization. As far as standard features are concerned in this room, actually, I think it's pretty well equipped. Now you might not be able to see that at first, but when I swing the camera around a few times, you might just be able to see why. So to start with, we have a bed. It's a bedroom, yeah. But right next to the bed though, we've got a chair, which occasionally I sit on, but mostly I plonk stuff on there. Mainly my phone at night to wake me up in the morning. Speaking of chairs, I actually have a second chair in this room. It's one of those office chairs that swivel around and do many things. And also makes staying up late at night, getting lots of work done, very comfortable. Looking over this way, as you can see, next to me are a couple of what looks like shelves, and while this one is actually being used as a shelf, this one I've modified slightly by raising the shelf to create some leg room so that I can use my computer. Right next to the supposed computer desk, you can also see a locker made of, I think it's oak wood. Now, as you can see, it has obviously been serving more than the purpose of being a locker, because over here I've used the opportunity to put coat hangers on there so that I can keep some important pieces of clothing nice and neat and tidy. And meanwhile, I've also used the handles to hold my ties. As you can see, many ties that need holding. And underneath, stick your own padlock in there and you're good to go. And then of course, on top of it, used it as another place to store stuff that I don't need immediately. And even stuck a few things on there. Over here on the other side of the room, as you can see, another shelf which I have used to store books and many exam papers. And underneath there are some drawers which I like to use to store some clothes. And underneath the bed there are even more drawers to store even more things, which again, for me, it's clothes. Over here I've got my desk on which I do work by the name of studies and revision, and underneath the desk there's a storage area, and of course accompanied by quite a nice view. Now that I've told you about the standard stuff that you get in the room, let's talk customizing. The first thing that people often ask at the start of year is, am I allowed to put posters up or put this, put that up in my room? Well, the answer to that, yeah, absolutely you can. I mean, as long as it's like nothing offensive or inappropriate, then yeah, it's perfectly fine. In fact, I often encourage people to do so at the start of year. I often tell them that when you get your room, it's yours for the year, so make it yours. Especially if you're a boarder, then yeah, it's definitely home from home, so you should have even more reason to make it yours. And speaking of customization, I'm going to talk you through some of mine. Now, in case you haven't noticed in the past, after just about every other new video that I put up, something new went on this wall. If you haven't noticed that, go and have a look. and see for yourself. After every video I like to put something up to serve as a reminder about the good times of whatever that video is about. The next bit of customization I'm going to tell you about are those bright things on the ceiling, called lights maybe. Basically mood lighting is what I've done in here. So I can recreate, say, nighttime. This is for going to bed. I can have daytime, which I put it on during the day, duh. And then there's this, somewhere in between. As I said, stick anything up you like, as long as they're not silly or inappropriate or harmful in any way. For example, for me, I like cars, so there's cars around my room and planes. And that is that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it either useful or entertaining. And if you want, click here to see a tour of my boarding house.